Home education is too expensive. I can't afford it. There's no way it's cost effective, and there's just no way I can do it on my budget. These are all things that I commonly hear. And yes, as mentioned in previous vlogs, when you home educate, you are responsible for the full cost of your child's education. However, that doesn't mean that it's impossible to home educate on a budget. To briefly introduce myself, I'm Liz, a mum of 4, and I am disabled, and I home ed on a budget. It hasn't always been easy, but it is doable. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments, as then I can personalise my responses. I'm no expert, I'm just a mum of 4 on a very tight budget. However, it is very possible to home educate on a budget. Most of my books are from charity shops or handed down from other relatives. Well, the games you see in my vlogs were either bought at Christmas by relatives or myself as gifts, or they were bought from charity shops too. Charity shops are fantastic for board games, and you can pick them up from £1 to £1.50, £3 for amazing games in brand new condition. And some of my board games that I have here actually belong to my mother and her siblings when they were children. It has, however, taken me 19 years of parenting to build up the resources that you see in the vlogs behind me on the shelves. Now, to home ed with a very tight budget, I have to set myself a limit each month. It includes things like cheerleading, ice skating, day trips, field trips, groups, workshops, you name it, resources, everything. The £2 tuition hub, Outschool, Twinkle, it all has to come out of that budget. I also request memberships to places like the Safari Park, National Trust and English Heritage as gifts for Christmas and birthdays too. And these monthly memberships can really be a lifesaver. I access an awful lot of free resources online from places like TES, and Twinkle also do free resources too. There's the library and the museums, and museums offer some fantastic experiences for home educators. I also get to take my children away during term time. Now, I did sacrifice and we do forego holidays abroad, but we do a lot of travelling in the UK, and we do get out and about there in the world together. Between April and August, I'd say we're under canvas about 50% of the time. For the entirety of August, it's usually 100% of the time, although I have a specially adapted caravan for myself. And then from September to October, it tends to go back to twice monthly under canvas. So we do get away a lot, and we choose places that are off-peak, because obviously being home educators, we have that luxury, that benefit. It's one of the bonuses of home education, not being tied to that term time holiday schedule. So we can go places for a lot cheaper and make the most out of them. And I tend to choose sites through places like the Caravan Club or something, where it's only like £5 or £10 a night for an adult, and kids are free. And they're the type of sites that I choose because they're the ones that are most cost effective for us. When I first chose to home ed, finances were a primary concern. I honestly didn't think it was going to be possible. It was very daunting, and I was very intimidated by the whole idea of it. However, the benefits of home education far outweigh any sacrifices that I have ever made. And I have had to make a few. For instance, not going abroad. And home education doesn't actually have to cost anything. It is possible to do it for free. After all, libraries are still a free public resource. You have access to the internet there, and you have access to numerous books and resources there too. And they also host free days as well. The museum hosts free activities and free days and experience days that you can access quite affordably. Most parents will at least want a broadband connection in the home, however, so you do need to factor in costs for that. There are tons of sites that offer free resources such as TES and Twinkle, and these can be adapted to suit any home education philosophy and any subject or topic that you may be studying at that moment in time with your children. Obviously, groups, trips, experiences and memberships are all optional. You don't need them, though they are very nice to do. However, you can incorporate many educational philosophies, even unschool if needed, for completely free if that is what you so choose to do. It is very possible. You do have to be creative and think outside the box. This is, after all, just a short intro into home educating on a budget. Any questions, please pop them in the comments below, and I'll be able to give a more personalised response to those. But my top budgeting tips for when you start home educating are: don't rush into buying any curriculum or resource books or any activities like that cost money until you know your child's learning preferences and styles. Gradually add to your resource collection and stationery collection each month. Spread that cost. Don't try and get it all in one go. Buy the bare essentials in the beginning and build from there. And start off by attending the free groups and meetups, because there's plenty of them out there, not all of them charge. So it's very worth getting out there, having a look in your local groups and community and seeing what's on offer for free, because there will be plenty available. Don't rush into following another person's aesthetic either. Create your own. Maybe yours is home educating on a shoestring. And always remember to pace yourself. It's very easy to burn out quickly because so many of us want to dive straight in, head first, and just get into the midst of it all. Give yourself that chance to de-school. That is so crucial. We all need that chance to de-school. And de-schooling doesn't have to cost anything. Give yourself that time, give yourself that space to find your own flow before you invest any money into a set resource or curriculum. So I hope this has been helpful for everyone. Let me know in the comments below. Please ask any questions if you have any, and I will get back to you.